the correct way to eat a cinnamon roll.
Yo, what the food is that? What am I looking at? It looks like a double-double douche was dropped inside your mac and cheese dishes. Please don't be putting all those beans on my pizza and lasagna. Got me begging on my knees. Yo, what the food is that? A deep fried heart attack, type 2 diabetes on a stick with candy coated double chin setting in. What you gonna do when your poor little cankles can no longer support you? Smells like cholesterol and shame up in here. Man, it's rancid. Is that boiled pig feet? I'm gonna be sick. Yo, what the food is wrong with you? Just tell me why you do the things you do, like coating chicken wings in purple goo and turning perfect meat into a nightmare straight from Lovecraft. The cheese-covered Swiss rolls will fuse to your back fat. Yeah, what the food? Tell me what you gonna do. Are you gonna eat the pizza with the special toppings too? Yes, it's been revealed and it turned into a spectacle. Now don't start tripping, it's just a juicy testicle. What the food is that? A frosted coated glass. What the food am I supposed to do with something that's as dumb as that? Wait a minute, now I see it. This is just a waste of space. Take a step back and get your salmon vodka out my face. You can't tell me people actually eat this. It's gotta be illegal. What even is that? Ugh. Oh, what the food? What did I just walk into? Chocolate emerald pickles with a heaping side of fragrant grue, coupled with the texture of the double sardine chocolate bread. Kinda makes me wish that this morning I had woke up dead. Can you even classify that as food? Isn't poisoning someone for internet fame illegal? What the food, man? Hi. Welcome to What the Food. We're gonna do breakfast special today. Forgot to check my audio settings. Hold on. Okay. It looks like it should be okay. But if you guys are having trouble hearing me, let me know, and I will adjust things as needed. But anyway, I was going to do a super huge breakfast special today, but I decided to break it into two parts because it's flu season. I'm feeling it setting in. So we're probably only going to be able to get through about half of what I had planned. So next week, we'll do breakfast time part 2. And, yeah. I'll tell you, though, I saved all the eggs for this special because everybody knows how badly you can ruin eggs. At least everybody assumes they know how badly they can ruin eggs. And today we'll put that to the challenge. Some of these things aren't actually all that bad. I might actually eat some of them. However, some of these will make you just say, "What the food, man? What is that? Why is that a thing?" You know what I mean? It's gonna you're gonna be like, "Wait a minute, did I read that right?" But first, I gotta be able to get back to where I was. You know what I mean? Now, everybody knows of the basic breakfast food staples here in the United States. At least I would assume that they do. It's bacon, eggs, hash browns or potatoes of some kind, you know. And maybe some people are just more along the lines of like, I just want a little bacon, you know, a little piece of bacon with my thing here. And so they just, you know, big old thick strip of bacon, and there you go. That's probably like a Michelin 4-star or Michelin 3-star restaurant right there. Just because of this contraption that they have to serve their bacon with. Oh man, my body aches. It sucks. Yeah, so it's probably not my preferred way to eat bacon. And it doesn't even look all that much done. I mean, if you look at this bacon, it doesn't look like they cooked it correctly. All right, it looks like they just brushed it over with a blowtorch and called it good. When, you know, you should probably pan fry that bacon a lot longer than you did. Now, of course, sticking with the bacon and moving to another staple, we've got bacon and eggs. This is the best way to have bacon and eggs. Prove me wrong. Now, this one leaves me divided because it looks absolutely horrid, but I will tell you, this actually does sound pretty damn good. Let's crank up the speed on that. Yeah, he threw his paper plate in the sink, by the way. Got to get some salt on there, and then you got to get a little bit of whatever that is, or a lot of bit of that, and then, of course, you need to keep moving your eggs around so they don't overcook, I guess. I love dishes like this. It's just presentation matters when it comes to eggs. All right? It really, really does matter when it comes to eggs. Presentation matters a lot. And I gotta say, this guy gets an F. Hail to TZ Burton. He says, "Hi, Corey. I smelled food through the internet. That is quite the superpower, sir. That is quite the superpower. Would you eat your eggs like this? I mean, honestly, I do this kind of stuff myself all the time, but it just looks awful. And this person obviously has no idea how to actually, properly prepare an egg. I am 100% judging them for their cooking abilities in this. But if we're being honest, it probably wouldn't be too terrible. This bacon and eggs thing here probably wouldn't be too bad. It would probably taste fantastic, other than whatever that red stuff that he put in there was. And because when you're pan frying eggs inside of bacon grease, it's usually pretty good. And then when with the bacon in there, I like to do sausage in mine, or taco meat, or shredded pulled barbecue pork, or chunks of steak. I like to do that stuff. It's just presentation wise, that man left a lot to be desired, if we're gonna be honest. But there's certain things that you shouldn't probably fry. And this is one of those things. This is definitely one of those things. Yeah, they're pan frying their cereal because it gets soggy. Yeah, or I should say they're deep frying their cereal. And then they're adding milk to it. And it like straight from the oil to the milk. Okay, that one was a little bit worse for all intents and purposes. This is awful. This is just terrible. Let's be honest. It's I don't see how this could be a healthy, or it could be a hearty breakfast. Look at that oil react to the milk. And yeah, who doesn't love deep fried cereal with oat milk in the morning, right? Yeah, gotta keep it partially healthy and hit it with that low-fat oat milk to make sure that your deep-fried cereal, and then of course they put the milk in first, which in my opinion is backwards. We could get into this debate on whether, you know what? You know what? Let's do it. Let's get into that debate. And I'm just going to leave this poll up until we're done. So, which goes first into the cereal bowl? Subjective answers only. Subjective question. That's what it is. Yeah. And then we're going to change this to milk and cereal. All right, we're starting the poll. I'm getting a phone call from somebody. Ignore. Anyway, there you go. All right, here's the poll that we're doing right now. All right. Which goes into the cereal bowl first? Which goes first into the cereal bowl? Milk or cereal? So far, one person thinks it's cereal, and I happen to agree. We will check back with our poll later. Just one last little look here. Yummy. Yep, and then they pour the milk in, and then they put their freshly deep-fried cereal into the milk. And you can see that it's still steaming, and it's still kind of boiling, and, you know, this is all because they don't like their cereal getting soggy. Why would you deep-fry cereal? You know, some other people enjoy a nice piece of toast with breakfast. They like to have cereal and toast and maybe a glass of orange juice, but I've never quite seen it like this before. Hail to Southern Belle. She says, cereal first. Indeedy-dee-dee-doo. And T.Z. Burton says, cereal first. So it seems like that person did it wrong. Go figure. How about some Cocoa Krispies inside of a lovely bread bowl made out of toast? It's not like that bottom piece of toast down here would get soggy or anything with milk or, you know, I'm just saying, you know, sometimes just because you can doesn't mean you should. And that's definitely one of them. And I think that this next one also kind of classifies, even though my wife said that she would be down for this. So they're pouring a latte into a donut. Southern Belle says avocado toast. Make sure you catch next week's special for the breakfast stuff. I have a special avocado toast that you might give up food altogether over. But anyway, let's take a look at the coffee donut. I mean, this isn't a terrible idea, but this lady has no idea what she's doing. You don't tear apart the donut before you finish drinking the coffee, dipshit. What? The food. But yeah, what do you guys think of this? You guys think that this is a decent way to go about things? As long as it's approached correctly, like the Japanese tea ceremony? If you don't do it right, it gets messy. Southern Belle says soup bread bowls, but not coffee donut bowls. Donut bowls. Yeah, I feel that. I really do. Some people would obviously get down on that. I might try it out of novelty, but I don't know if I would go out of my way to get that on a daily. I feel like my heart would hate me for that. Like a lot. You know, well, maybe, just maybe you know, like a different type of drink in the morning. You know, maybe. Hail to Sanding Monkey. He says, I guess some places would do anything not to wash dishes. It does save on manpower and water. Water is expensive. Maybe you like a nice little pick-me-up in the morning. You know, a little hair of the dog that bit you kind of thing. And nothing says wake up right like Eggo brunch in a jar. It's waffles and syrup cream liqueur. It's sipping cream, Appalachian sipping cream, and it is 40 proof. That looks like, yeah, 20% alcohol by volume. Straight out of Tennessee. So yeah, it's $27.99 for this alcohol-filled Eggo brunch in a jar. I don't know if Eggo knows about this, but if they do, wow. I can't think of a single living person that I know that would actually do this. Eggo brunch in a jar, waffles and syrup cream liqueur. Southern Belle says, I haven't seen that in stores. Well, keep your eyes open. It's probably in the what the food is that section. Yeah, Sugarland's Distilling Company from Gatlinburg, Tennessee. That's who makes the Eggo brunch in a jar. Sipping cream waffle stuff, alcohol. I feel like if that's how you're waking up during the day, you need to make a serious decision about your life. And you need to take a long, hard look at your life and ask yourself, is what I'm doing working for me? Is what I'm doing benefiting my life in a positive manner? And you would be surprised that the answer is no. Yeah. The answer is no. That does not benefit you in any way. Southern Belle says, no mountain folks would do that. They would get their shine in a glass and eat Egos. Damn right. That's how I'm thinking. That's why that thing is $27 and still on the shelf. Ain't nobody going to pay $27, $28 for a giant jar full of Eggo-flavored cream liquor. Bah. Gross. And now we're moving into... Man. Yeah, we're moving into the eggs now. We might actually have time for the rest of the stuff that I was planning to save for next week. But first, let's check on our poll. Apparently, out of the 3 votes, 67% say cereal goes first and 33%. So one person says milk goes first. I'm going to assume that that's Sanding Monkey, because he's a bit of a troll like that. Yep. That's just how I'm seeing things. Oh, man. Now we're getting into the eggs. All right, we're going to get into the eggs. And I'm going to say this right now. Some of these look good. Some of these do not. And some of these, like this one, make you wonder how much time certain people have on their hands. So, yeah, this is a hard cooker. Sanding Monkey says, I'm a monkey, not a troll. Fair. That's fair. I stand corrected. Yeah, egg sushi, anyone? This looks like one of the most unappetizing pieces of kitchen gadget that I've ever seen in my life. How the hell do you clean this thing? Southern Belle says, poached, please. I don't know if that's actually poaching. I don't know if that counts as poaching. I feel like there's like fry oil inside that thing. And then the way it just literally shits it out when it's finished. You know, and of course, it doesn't look done to me. When you get to the insides of this, like, right here, like, I don't think it should be that wet. Personally, I don't think eggs should be that wet. I think that's gross. I think that's icky. It's hard, certainly not boiled. Ew. This looks disgusting. If I walked into a person's house when they invited me over for breakfast and this is how they were cooking their eggs, I would literally pull an Irish exit. I would just leave. I wouldn't even say anything. I would just look at it, turn around, and leave. Because if this is what you're serving for breakfast, you're an awful human being. You know? That's just my personal opinion. Now, keep in mind, we're in eggs. When you look at this banana, keep in mind that we're doing eggs. All right? Quick snack for my step kiddos. As a father, I would divorce this woman if she fed this to my children. Just saying. Some people like fruit with their eggs. You know? Some people like fruit with their eggs, apparently. But I have never in my life seen it done like this. Hey, Southern Belle says, I'm an egg snob. I love cloud eggs or omelets, fancy eggs. Yes, me too. Me too. Would you eat the banana eggs with ketchup, since you're an egg snob? Would you eat the egg-filled bananas with ketchup? Would you eat this? Egg snob, Southern Belle? You know you want it. Nom nom nom. You're an egg snob. I need to know if this lives up. She says no. She just says no. Just no. She doesn't even give it two thoughts. Like she just nope. Nope, don't want that at all. Hail to Real Wade, Nation Gaming Clip. Gaming recap, according to the @thing. I wish YouTube would not do that. I wish they would just fix it with our channel names and shit, but whatever. He says, what's up? Hail, my friend. Yeah, would you, Real Wade, would you eat the, egg-filled bananas? Air-fried egg-filled bananas with ketchup? TZ Burton? Sanding Monkey? Talking to you guys. Would you eat this? Would you get down on this? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. That's hot sauce. My bad. I didn't look at the bottle close enough. That's hot sauce. That's not ketchup. So if that helps, the egg-filled bananas covered in hot sauce with a touch of salt and pepper, just to add to flavor. You salt and pepper to taste, and then yeah, you air fry it until it looks like you're eating cancer research. Man. No one else even wants to touch this topic. Now, of course, Sanding Monkey says, they don't sound too bad to me. Well, yeah, as a monkey, I am not surprised. He just went a little ape over seeing the bananas, and they've got protein. Hoorah! So much fun. Tasty. That might even be sriracha. All right, I'm just going to assume that no one but Sanding Monkey would eat the bananas filled with eggs in the air fryer with sriracha. Ooh, and now a little bit of a throwback to our foreign affairs. We have the street egg wizard. Yeah, watch this. This guy's making monster eggs. All right. Monster is the first ingredient to put into the incredibly hot frying pan, followed by eggs. Look at that. Doesn't that just sound delicious? So, Belle, as the egg snob, would you eat the monster eggs with a touch of onion and, whatever that green shit was that he put in there? Hail to Christian Delorme. He says, bonjour, everybody. Where is the Ko-Fi link? I guess I could put that in the chat. Yeah, while I go post that in the chat, let me know, everybody, whether or not you would eat the Monster Energy Drink eggs from the street vendor in what looks to be India, based on his background back there. Possibly. Anyway, oh, no, that's wrong. Stop. I keep clicking. All right. Here, drop a tip. There. There's the Ko-Fi link. I'll just pin it to the top. And so far we have 5 votes on our poll. We'll take a look at that. And it says, geez, which goes into the cereal bowl first? Let's see. 40% of the 5 votes say milk and 60% say cereal. It seems like there is actually a small rebellious contingency out there in the world that puts the milk first. These rebels should be brought to account for this stuff. Nope, don't do that. Thank you, piece of shit. Oh my gosh, I don't know what my computer is doing right now, but I'll tell you, it is not very nice. Like, what the hell? But anyway, Southern Belle says she would eat the Monster Energy eggs if it was avocado. I would taste it if it was avocado. I'm not sure if this is the banana or the monster eggs that she's talking about right now. We will ask in a moment. Standing Monkey said, I like bananas and ground beef too. I bet you do. I bet you do. TZ Burton says, I like spicy banana ketchup. Never heard of that. Never heard of that. Here's back to the monster eggs. Yeah. Let's just crank this up to 2 times speed. Let's see this guy cook. Yeah, look at that. Ah, she's talking about the monster eggs. So, if there was avocado, she would try it. Apparently, if you put avocado in something, Southern Belle will try it. Because that's twice now. Ah, I see. TZ Burton says it's Filipino. It's really hard for me to tell, and I don't mean to be racist. I'm just a mindless, American boob. Lost in his own little world. I don't know these things. But yeah, so there's the monster eggs. And I'm assuming TZ Burton would eat these. Just because he knows where it's from. He probably knows this food vendor. He's probably like, yeah, that guy cooks for me like every other day. It's fantastic. Not 100% sure, but hey, check it out. He's back with another omelet from hell. Probably not from hell, but chocolate cookies in an omelet are a bit much. And yes, those are chocolate cookies. Chocolate cookies. Chocolate cookie omelet. Oh yeah, look at that. Can't wait. With a touch of whatever. And some red peppers. And some peppers in general. Yeah, eat those things and you will definitely not have to worry about being constipated. That's for sure. This is awful. This is awful. I don't care what part of the world you're from. This is awful. This is an omelet with chocolate cookies in the middle. And then once he's done cooking the omelet, he plates it with, I'm assuming, hot sauce, sriracha, something like that. I don't know, some kind of spices. And then those super spicy red chilies that make you wish you were dead. Oh, I forgot. The loop doesn't work with the time. Yeah. Nope. Oh, TZ Burton says sometimes segregation is good, especially when it's cookies and eggs. I agree. That is the most appropriate type of segregation that's ever existed. Cookies and eggs should not be consumed in this manner. But hey, if this guy enjoys his job and people eat his stuff, then hell yeah. Southern Belle says, can't do that hot. I would melt. That's fair. Hey, how about this one? Yeah, this one's great. Wait until you guys see the artistry involved in this omelet, all right? And yes, this is eggs. I triple checked. This is eggs. All right, it looks like batter. I know, but it's eggs. On a very hot spinning plate. All right? Yeah. I know, it's not roasted in rat hair, but this is an interesting process of making a gigantic omelet of some kind. And then there's another egg on the, or maybe that was batter. I'm not 100% sure. It looks like eggs to me, but yeah, there's eggs there. TZ Burton says hot sauce on eggs. Yes. I like a good hot sauce on eggs. I'm not a huge fan of Tabasco. I'm more of a Cholula guy. But yeah, watch this. This is actually kind of cool, in my personal opinion. See, now I have trouble telling if that's batter or if it's eggs. But whatever, it's kind of cool. I don't know what they're brushing it with right now, and I don't actually know what all of this is. I do know that those look like hot dogs. And lettuce. And praline? Like, I'm not 100% sure what all this is. Maybe our food expert, TZ Burton, can tell us what's going on in this. But if this is batter, you would think it would stay a little bit more, like, secure during this portion. I don't know. Not 100% sure. I've never made a gigantic thing like this before. So I can't actually speak to whether or not that's eggs or batter, but it looked like eggs. Yeah. TZ Burton says, I'm eating that. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I would totally eat this too. I mean, I would. I don't know. I would have to know what is going into it and on it, whether or not I would actually eat this. Because I don't know what they're brushing it with. But I'm sure I would try it. Southern Belle says breakfast Taco Bell grande grande. I bet you this would give you less shits than Taco Bell. Honestly. Well, I know sometimes people like a light breakfast, so they like to shoot for a single egg. All right. Now, it's not typically an emu egg. But hey, I think that's an emu egg. Pretty sure. I'm just going to double check real quick. Yeah, look at that giant ass egg. Yep, that's an emu egg. I was right. It's not quite as big as the 24 egg ostrich egg, but you know, if you need your protein, I'm pretty sure that this would meet those requirements. Because this is a hell of an egg. All right, an emu egg is gigantic. You didn't need a drill to get through it like with an ostrich egg or a, 5-foot wide frying pan, but still, it's a lot of egg. And I'm curious as to how rich the flavor is on an emu egg. Because I feel like it would be pretty good. You know? I feel like this emu egg would be pretty damn good to eat. Not that we ever get to see the actual, like, finished product, which is sad. I hope that that person did not just throw that egg away, because that would be delicious. Giant ass freaking emu egg. Yeah, there's Southern Belle. I would definitely try it. Yeah, I would try an emu egg omelet. You know. I would totally try an emu egg omelet. It would be delicious. Maybe your idea of a single egg is something more along the lines of this. Yes, this is the egg sickle. Would you try that one, Belle? Would you eat the egg sickle? Even if it didn't taste like avocado? Southern Belle says, I've heard a lot of good things about ostrich eggs. So have I. So have I, honestly. It sounds... They often sound delicious. Would you guys do the egg sickle? You just gotta... man. It's almost like they stopped supporting Windows 10 for some reason. Weird how that works. Let's check on the poll about cereal. 6 votes. It's still heavily towards cereal first, followed by milk. So, yeah. Southern Belle says, well, I did thaw out boiled eggs yesterday, so I would try after thawing. So you wouldn't try the egg sickle in its basic form right here. You would actually wait for the egg sickle to melt so you could eat the egg itself. Okay. What if it was avocado flavored? Just curious. Let me know. Yes. Okay. All right. She would try it if it was avocado flavored. I know what we said earlier about cookies and eggs. It's like, oh, definitely. Yeah. Scrambled eggs with Oreos. How about this one, Belle? Would scrambled eggs and Oreos get you? With or without avocado? I know TZ Burton said that he would totally eat this. Oh, she says no. She says no. Why, Belle? Does this not scream heart health to you? I'm feeling a little hypoglycemic. Nothing like some Oreos with that protein to make your day run smoother. You guys wouldn't eat this? I mean, sure, it looks like a squished frog on the side of a road, but I mean, it's eggs with Oreos. Look at that. Christian says, Mel says hi. Hi, Mel. Hi. Christian, ask her if she would eat the Oreo scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs with Oreos. I'm waiting for your response. I'm waiting for your response. Actually, I'm not waiting. Just let me know if Mel would eat scrambled eggs with Oreos. Christian Delorme from Vinyl Revival. That awesome show over on Rumble. You should check it out. Vinyl Revival. That's the channel too. Anyway, he covers a bunch of old music and stuff. It's great. The next one, I did check out those songs, by the way, Christian. Fantastic artists. I can't remember the name of the artists. I forgot to text him back. That's why. Jay Giles band. Yeah. He says it's an absolute no. Why not, bro? None of you understand the delicacies that exist in this world, such as the Oreo scrambled eggs. Sure, it looks like a frog that's been squished. But why not? She says that was Mel. So he would eat it. Okay, I got you, Christian. You're what you're saying is Mel wouldn't eat it, but you would. Right? Is that what I'm understanding right now? I think that's what I'm understanding right now. Is that Christian would eat it. Eat it. Mel would not. Now, my grandpa, on my dad's side, and he says, yes, he would eat it. He would eat the Oreo eggs. Sometimes, Christian, as a psychological professional, I personally question your mind. And whether your dog... Are you really passing those physicals to drive? If you're eating Oreo eggs and pig feet. Anyway, my grandpa on my dad's side used to eat ketchup on everything. And I don't mean that figuratively, everything. If you could put ketchup on it, he would put ketchup on it. And that idea is kind of gross. But it did turn me on to having ketchup on my scrambled eggs. And I love ketchup on my scrambled eggs. I've never tried it like this, though, where it's ketchup and mustard on fried eggs. Now, gauging from the yolkiness here, granted, there's no firmness that you can divine from a photograph, but I'm going to assume that these are either runny, cooked easy, or they're medium, and they're partially runny. Christian Delorme says, I eat pig's feet and never been healthier. Yeah, I'm sure. Right. That's what you can tell your healthcare provider, but I doubt it. Anyway, so would you guys eat with ketchup and mustard? Would you guys eat fried eggs with ketchup and mustard? It's the mustard that's really throwing me off. I would probably try it just fried eggs with ketchup, but I'm not 100% sure on the mustard, because mustard for me is a very, select topping. It cannot... It doesn't go on eggs, in my personal opinion. There's even the idea of the flavor of eggs mingling with the flavor of mustard is gross to me. But would you guys eat this as it is on this plate? Rapid fire, yes or no? He says, maybe on a burger bun, says Sanding Monkey. I'll accept that as a yes. Southern Belle says, I would eat eggs, tomato, and mustard on top of tomato. So I'm just going to take that as another yes. And Christian Delorme says, my condiment of choice is always hot pepper sauce. Completely avoiding the topic at hand. Christian, bro, would you eat these eggs specifically. I'm just going to assume he's going to say yes, and we're going to move on to the next eggs, because Christian apparently will eat anything. If it fits in his mouth hole, he will eat it. Now, I chose this next one more for appearance than anything else. Because honestly, it could be pretty good. This egg thing could be pretty good. All right, but it looks like shit. It looks terrible. It looks like almost like maybe it's a chicken patty. I mean, technically it is a chicken patty since it's eggs. But it's yeah, scrambled eggs with cottage cheese and chorizo. Oh, I get it. He says I draw the line at a fish taco. Thanks, Christian. So once again, I'm just going to take that as confirming that he would in fact eat the ketchup and mustard eggs. Probably with a piece of toast. Would you eat cottage cheese eggs with chorizo? Southern Bill says maybe. Let me guess. If the toast had avocado on it. Are you sure you're not from California? I'm kidding. That was... Oh my gosh, she's going to take that really personally. You never tell someone from the South that they seem like they're from California. Because then you have a whole bunch of people really mad at you for assuming the Southerners are just like Californians. Man. She says bonus with the avocado. Yeah, I might eat this. I'm not a huge fan of cottage cheese, though. And I've never used cottage cheese while cooking eggs. Standing Monkey, out of left field, says I like fish tacos that taste like chicken. Fish tacos. You know what? You just wait till we get to the taco special. Because I've got that in the woodworks, too. For real. And now it's time for our typical what's that? All right, you get to guess what's so weird about this omelet. I would eat this. Keep in mind, I would eat this. Which means there's nothing disgustingly nasty. Wow. Christian, he says, and the tacos make their own gravy. Gosh, TZ Burton says, I like ketchup on eggs. A little bit of a delayed response there. A little bit of a delayed response, but that's fine. Belle says, yes, she would eat this. Yeah, because it's pineapples, jalapeno, mushrooms, onion. It looks like basil. Honestly, it looks like basil. Yeah, so, yes, those are pineapples in my omelet. Doing better with getting veggies and fruit in my daily by any means. This actually does not seem that terrible to me because, I mean, I like jalapenos and pineapples together, especially on a pizza. And, you know, the rest of these are also complementary flavor profiles with everything that's going on, including the egg. All right, it all ties together. Southern Belle says, basil bonus. Yes. I love fresh basil. Basil. I don't know what basil is, but I apparently love it. Yeah, I love fresh basil. My wife has a wonderful basil plant upstairs that we often forget to let heal before we harvest again. But, you know, whatever. I would eat this. I would 100% eat this. Whew, this looks delicious. Starting to get hungry again. Now, again, it's a good thing we have Southern Belle here since she's the egg snob. She says she's the egg snob that likes fancy eggs. Where is that? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There. I swear it was right here. No mountain folks would do that. Yeah, there it is. I'm an egg snob, so I love cloud eggs or omelets Fancy eggs. All right. So Southern Belle. This is a sloppy Joe omelet with what they call an unreasonable amount of cheese. Yeah. An unreasonable amount of cheese. I don't see anything unreasonable about that, considering the sloppy joe's spilling out just as much as the cheese. And this is actually something that I would make. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to make a taco version of this later, because we made some homemade tacos last night. And I'm totally going to throw some taco meat inside some eggs. And I'm going to have me a nice, big protein dinner. It's going to be fantastic. Oh my gosh, my body hurts so much. I hate getting sick. Oh my gosh. This sucks balls. I'm just going to assume that Southern Belle would eat the Sloppy Joe omelet with an unreasonable amount of cheese. I'm also going to assume that Sanding Monkey, Christian DeLorme, and T.Z. Burton would all eat this. And, even though he's not here, I would assume that E. Clay Thompson would eat this. Yep. Yep, he absolutely would. Yep. He says Cheesy Burton might like them eggs. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Southern Belle says, I would eat that. I love Sloppy Joe's. She lived Sloppy Joe's. Live Sloppy Joe's. All right, and T.Z. Burton says, Sloppy Joe omelet. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I knew everybody would get behind that. I knew everyone would like that one, because it does look tasty. The next one, though. The next one seems like something that they might feature on, like, Fear Factor Light, if you will. It's not quite bugs and stuff, and it's not a rotten egg, but it is a buffalo-style egg that's been peeled and ready to eat. It's been soaked in buffalo sauce and dyed with some food coloring yellow 6. And apparently it contains eggs. I don't know if you knew that or not, but it contains eggs. Christian DeLorme says, Mel says pineapple and mushrooms don't mix. Then you're doing it wrong. But yeah. Buffalo-style eggs, peeled and ready to eat. I don't know how I would feel about buffalo sauce-soaked eggs, especially since, if you look at these, they're probably from a gas station. All right? These are probably from a gas station. Which automatically makes them questionable, because gas station eggs, man, that's a tough sell. That is a tough sell. Anyone who's ever had a gas station egg salad sandwich and spent the next 3 days feeling like they were going to die would automatically be standoffish about this. Southern Belle says, and probably give you heartburn and the trots. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Christian asked Mel if she would eat the buffalo-style eggs, because I know you would. Ooh, Christian, you said that you draw the line at fish tacos, so I can think of something that you might actually choose fish tacos over. Standing Monkey says, gas station food is only good when you're constipated. Wow. Christian Lorm says, buffalo sauce and eggs rock. I'm a trucker. It only lasts a few hours. Yeah. And there you go. There you go. He would totally eat that because he's a trucker. And from what I know of truckers, they'll literally shove anything into their gob that they can buy at a gas station. And that's no disrespect. I mean, I wish I had the intestinal fortitude to be able to eat things like this, but unfortunately, I'm a delicate little flower. And I don't think I can handle the buffalo eggs. I just don't think that I could rock the buffalo style eggs. Now, Christian, I have to ask. I have to, by the way. Where did that go? That's not okay. Ah. Yep, there it is. There it is. Okay. Ask away. I'm not going to ask. I'm going to show you. Would you eat the testicle pizza or the fish tacos? That's the question. Would you eat the testicle pizza or the fish tacos? TZ Burton says, are fish tacos good? It really depends on the type of fish taco that you're going for. I personally don't like fish tacos, but I do like shrimp tacos. I had a wonderful shrimp taco a little while ago that was just amazing with some pico de gallo and yeah, a little bit of extra lime juice on there. It was super tasty. Of course, you have to make sure that you don't put too much cilantro on there either. It does accent and like complement the shrimp really well. But yeah, so Christian, would you choose this or a fish taco? Turkey testicle pizza or a fish taco? Those are your two choices to survive on a desert island. Would you eat fish tacos or testicle pizza to stay alive? That's the question. Southern Belle says fish tacos with salmon and Baja sauce and grilled veggies. Mwah. Chef's kiss. Yes, and that does actually sound kind of good. I do like salmon. Yeah. All right, let's check in. It's still the 6 votes with 67% saying that cereal goes into the bowl first. And we're going to leave that as a victory right there. Cereal wins with 67% of people saying that cereal goes into the bowl first. And only 33% saying, so that's 2 people said that you put the milk first. 2 people that are wrong. That's nice. That's good. It's nice to see that there's at least 2 people out there who are wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Yes, indeed. Where's the buttons? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to close to an hour. And since I am feeling this flu kick in kind of hard, I'm going to call it good on this one. Thank you all for joining me during part 1 of our breakfast special. Next week, we'll do part 2. It will be primarily consisting of the bready stuff like waffles, pancakes, sandwiches, etc., etc., etc. It will be an interesting time. Nothing too unappetizing in it. You know, got blue waffles and various things like that, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, see, Sandy Monkey says blue waffles. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is we do have some blue waffles in there. If you don't know what a blue waffle is, please don't Google it. You will be sad unless you have parental controls turned on and you can't see things like that. Or if you're a curious little cat, then go ahead. I'm not your mom. Google whatever you want, and if you pay for it, you pay for it. But yeah, we're gonna call it good right here, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I am gonna try to get some rest and feel better about all this crap that's going on right now. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, stay sexy, don't get murdered, and as always, have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.
That is not the correct way to eat a cinnamon roll.
Yo, what the food is that? What am I looking at? It looks like a double douche was dropped inside your mac and cheese dishes. Please don't be putting all those beans on my pizza and lasagna. Got me begging on my knees. Yo, what the food is that? A deep fried heart attack, type 2 diabetes on a stick with candy coated double chin setting in. What you gonna do when your poor little cankles can no longer support you? Smells like cholesterol and shame up in here. Man, it's rancid. Is that boiled pig feet? I'm gonna be sick. Yo, what the food is wrong with you? Just tell me why you do the things you do, like coating chicken wings in purple goo and turning perfect meat into a nightmare straight from Lovecraft. The cheese-covered Swiss rolls will fuse to your back fat. Yeah, what the food? Tell me what you gonna do. Are you gonna eat the pizza with the special toppings too? Yes, it's been revealed and it turned into a spectacle. Now don't start tripping, it's just a juicy testicle. What the food is that? A frosted coated glass. What the food am I supposed to do with something that's as dumb as that? Wait a minute, now I see it. This is just a waste of space. Take a step back and get your salmon vodka out my face. You can't tell me people actually eat this. It's gotta be illegal. What even is that? Ugh. Oh, what the food? What did I just walk into? Chocolate emerald pickles with a heaping side of fragrant grue, coupled with the texture of the double sardine chocolate bread. Kinda makes me wish that this morning I had woke up dead. Can you even classify that as food? Isn't poisoning someone for internet fame illegal? What the food, man?